Hey, what's going on, guys? Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the C&L CX2 Front Strut, available for your 2005 to 2010 Mustang at home. Now, you should be checking out this strut if you're looking for a super affordable, non-adjustable, performance-based option to replace a damaged or blown-out stocker. So your big feature here will be the fact that you're getting a slightly more performance-oriented stock replacement while keeping that cost to an absolute minimum. So in other words here, guys, if your stock stuff is absolutely trashed, but you don't want to replace it with more stock stuff, well then these again are going to be a great budget-friendly way to get a little bit more performance out of your setup. Now, if you didn't know, these are going to feature that twin tube design. It is a non-adjustable strut, so you really can't adjust the dampening like you would a more expensive option. But again, all these features are in place to keep that cost down. Now, regardless, you are going to help restore things like ride quality, stability, and handling that you may have lost, again, thanks to old or blown out stock components. Now, moving into construction, and again, you are gonna find that twin tube design here with the C&L options. Twin tube stuff usually traditionally used on more budget-friendly applications compared to a monotube design. But even with that being said, you are getting a slightly larger piston in the C&L option compared to stock. That's gonna help provide you with better damping and rebound. Now, the body itself definitely features that durable steel build here, kind of a navy blue powder coat going on to keep that thing looking good for many years to come. And guys, again, don't forget to check out the customer reviews on this particular product. A lot of 4 and 5-star reviews in regards to the performance of these, especially when paired with some popular aftermarket springs such as the SR Performance springs here on the site for your S197. So as always, don't take my word for it. Read up on the customer reviews, check out some of the customer submitted images. Great way to get a better sense of what the C&Ls are all about once installed. Now, as far as your price point is concerned, again, the big story here, guys, with the C&L options, super affordable. In fact, each strut's gonna land you right around 120 bucks or so, depending on the sale price. Certainly makes this one of the most affordable options currently on the site. That is not just some basic OE replacement part. So again, it's kind of towing the line between an OE replacement and a performance part as far as price point is concerned. Now, if you wanted to spend more money, get something that is monotube, maybe adjustable, you can certainly do so. You can find Koni stuff here on the site, the Koni Yellows, for instance. They're gonna be dropping probably 3 times the price point of the C&Ls here. So again, if you're just looking to freshen things up, you want something that's a little better than stock, C&L is certainly gonna be a great option for you. Now let's switch gears and talk about install here, guys, because again, strut compared to a rear shock, definitely a completely different animal. In fact, site's gonna give this one a solid 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Take you at least an hour to knock out from start to finish. Certainly more involved if you've never done this before. Obviously, you have to kind of disassemble the front end slightly. But on top of that, you are gonna need to get involved with a spring compressor, unless of course you are adding new springs at the same time of the C&Ls, then you won't have to mess with that. But regardless, to give you a better idea of just how things might go down at home or in the garage, why don't you check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you'll need a 3/8 impact or ratchet, a 1/2-inch impact, 21mm socket, 18mm socket, 13mm socket, 10mm socket, 12mm socket, a 10mm 1/4-inch socket, a caliper hanger, trim tool, a 7/8 socket for the pass-through tool, a 13/16 wrench, the pass-through wrench, and a 1/4-inch ratchet. And also you'll need a spring compressor for this job. Today we're going to install some struts on our Mustang, but first we're going to uninstall the stock ones and then install our new ones. All right, now that we have the wheel off the front, first thing we need to do for the uninstall is take the caliper off. We need to take that off so that when this folds down, it doesn't pull tension on the hose. All right, we're gonna grab our impact with our 12mm socket. We're gonna take the 2 bolts out to hold the caliper on. All right, with those removed, you're gonna grab a caliper hanger tool or a bungee cord, whatever you have. Just rock the caliper off. We're hanging up out of the way so it doesn't pull tension. All right, next thing that we can do, there is a 10mm bolt on the back side of the strut that holds on our ABS wire and our brake line. So we're gonna take that off. Just move that out of the way. All right, next thing that we need to do is we need to take the clip off the ABS wire that's holding onto the strut. So we're gonna grab our clip removal tool, just pop it behind there, and just twist it off. All right, next thing that we need to do is we need to remove our sway bar link from our factory strut. So we're gonna grab our impact and our 18mm socket and take that nut off. Once the nut is off, just pull it back through the strut and let it rest on the side. All right, next thing we need to do is we need to take the two main strut mount bolts out of the bottom. They are an 18mm socket. We'll start with the bottom. Now the bottom bolt does have this retaining tab on the nut, so just remember that. All right, now if the nut starts to spill on the other side, you can grab a 13/16 wrench, just hold the nut. Then we can remove our bolts. All right, you just gently let it rest out. All right, last thing we need to do is remove our 4 nuts for the top mount. So we'll start off, we'll remove 3 of them. Now that you got 3 removed, you're gonna hold on to the strut underneath so it doesn't fall and remove the last one. Just drop it out the bottom. All right, and now we can repeat the same process for the other side. All right, now what we need to do to get our new strut ready is we need to disassemble the old strut. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up on our spring compressor. We're gonna take tension off our old spring so we can get our mount off, and then we're gonna take our pass-through wrench and a 10mm socket to take off the top nut. All right, now that we have our old strut disassembled, all we need to do is swap over the dust boot and the bump stop. All right, now we're ready to reinstall the top mount. Now when reinstalling the new strut with the old spring and mount, there are notches on the new strut where the spring goes, and also on the mount where the top of the spring goes. All right, now that we have that all lined up, we can install our new supplied top nut with the mount. And we can use our same pass-through wrench to tighten that down. All right, and now we just need to release the tension on the spring. And now we're ready to install it in the car. All right, now we're ready to reinstall our strut back into the car. Quick thing, on the top of the strut mount, you can see the C cutout and arrow that will be facing outwards. Just the easy way to get the bolt holes lined up. We're gonna slide it up in here, and then we're gonna reinstall our 4 13mm bolts that we took out earlier. Grab our impact and tighten them down. All right, now we are ready to reinstall our 2 bolts with our knuckle. First, we take our knuckle, slide it into the slot, push down slightly, line up the bolt holes. All right, then we grab our 2 nuts. Remember, the nut with the locking tab goes on the bottom. All right, now we're gonna grab our impact with our 18mm socket and tighten them down. For the top one, you will need a 13/16 wrench to hold the back nut. All right, now we can reinstall our ABS wire down at the bottom of the strut here. Just push that in. And while we're here, we can reinstall our sway bar link. Grab our 18mm nut and tighten that down. All right, next we need to reinstall the clip for the brake line and the ABS line on the back of the strut. Now the new strut is not threaded like the factory strut, so we just went and got a bolt, a washer, and a nut, and then we're going to install it that way. All right, next what we need to do is we're going to reinstall the caliper. Just take your caliper and the caliper hanger, make sure to take that off. Take the caliper, slide it back over your brake pads. We're going to grab our 2 12mm bolts that we took out. And just tighten them down. All right, now we can just repeat the same process for the other side. All right, and that wraps up our install of our C&L CX2 Front Strut for our 2005 to 2010 Mustang. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.